and ones, empaths, narcissists target our empathy. When we see someone crying, we think, they're declaring their innocence. They haven't done anything wrong. They're crying. No, they're crying because they feel sorry for themselves. They know they've been caught, and they're like a child that's been cornered and caught out for what they've done. So they turn on the tears. They play the victim. And you know how many times I got fooled by this bravado? It's unbelievable the amount of times that I saw tears used as a way to manipulate me. Just be careful, right? Don't believe the tears. Don't believe the tears. They do this out of desperation when they know they've been caught. The opposite of that is they get extremely angry. They may get extremely angry. That's another telltale sign, when someone's furiating. Like, I've dealt with narcissists in the past that have got really enraged and angry about certain scenarios, but it was actually because they were caught out, and they're going nuts, right? But as I said, the tears is also one too. So opposite ends of the spectrum there can be used as a means to fool you. And, when they start crying, it brings it into a whole nother paradigm. It brings it into a whole nother sector about it distracts you from what the real issue is about. Then they see if you start saying like you start attending to their crying. You start attending to them, like, to heal them, like, without sticking to the point that was being raised. And they distract you from, they distract you. Not all narcissists do this, but I've experienced narcissists doing this. They're playing that emotional card, knowing you're an empath, knowing it hurts you to see someone cry, knowing it hurts you to see someone sad. We don't like to see people sad. We don't like to see people upset. A narcissist will be empowered when they see you sad, when they see you upset, when they see you crying. But as empaths, we're not like that. We see someone sad, we see someone upset. We're merely trying to, we wasn't attacking them or berating them. It was just something that arose that we may have felt like they wronged us, or they've done something. They may have cheated, they may have done something else, and we confront them with the evidences, and they put on the tears, and then we forget about exactly what we was originally beginning the discussion over. We forget about that because they've turned on the tears, and it's their escape. They use that as their escape, to escape facing up to the fact of what they've done. I've seen things online and stuff like that where narcissists have cheated, and they've cheated, the evidence is there, and they start crying. I've seen it. They start crying. They know they've cheated, and they're acting like they're innocent. I didn't do anything, no. And they're crying. And all the evidence is stacked up against them, but they're just crying. They know they've been caught. They know they've been cornered. And I don't want you to start attending to their emotional needs at that point. If they're crying, they're making a scene, they're escalating the situation, back away and talk to them when they're stable again, because they're actually so defensive at this moment in time. To be honest, if you know what you know about, there's no point even trying to talk it out with a narcissist. If you know what you know, if you've caught them out about cheating or whatever, you caught them out about something, I think that's your sign to get the hell away from them, to be honest. But I'm saying, if you want to actually address it to them when they're more calm, then you can do that. But I want you to create a barrier of your affection towards the narcissist at that precise point when they turn on the tears. Because they do it. They know how to turn on the tears. They know it. It's got them out of trouble since they was a child, you know. Let me just have some of my coffee. It's got them out of trouble since they was a child, you know. It's what they've used to manipulate situations for a long time. There's many occasions when I remember the narcissist crying. Many occasions. And it was when I was confronting them with something. You know, when I was confronting them with something, thinking that they would start crying. But I also dealt with the aggression as well. I also dealt on the flip side of that, where they're really aggressive and acting manic and acting crazy, creating a scene. Another way that they escape facing the consequences of their actions. They use this emotional manipulation as a means to escape the confrontation for what they've done. This is what they do. They're parasites, you know. They don't, you know, as empaths, we've made mistakes as well. We've done wrong. As hard as it is sometimes, we would admit to our own mistakes, or we admit to our own faults, or we apologize for what we've done wrong, you know? Like, I've been gaslit. It's kind of gaslighting in a way. That's the tears, because I've actually been gaslit through tears, where I said something and then they manipulated it and made it out not to be true, when in fact I look back at now it is, and it was true, you know. And they gaslit me and turned on the tears, and it had me start apologizing to them. That's how mad it is. They'll get you to start you'll be apologizing for things you ain't even done, and it's all initiated from them using the tears. All right. But narcissists can also be angry, as I've mentioned. That's another way how they try to diffuse situations. They try to take over it. They try to take over this conversation by raising their voice and being really angry and stuff like that to try and control you. Right? They're controlling you through these emotional outbursts. Whether it's crying or rage, they're controlling you through these emotional outbursts. And you just need to just be aware of what they're actually doing. If you can take a step back and say, hold on a minute, this person is trying to manipulate me with their tears, or they're trying to manipulate me with their rage. You know, get out quietly. The best advice I can say to you is just get out of that situation quietly. Whoever this narcissist is in your life, romantic partner, friend, family member, whatever, you know, the best advice I can tell you to do is cut them off. You know, you can't have these unstable people around you. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. If you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.